One quiet moment in Hope Valley, and everything changes. A simple compliment is spoken, soft and warm, like something you would say on an ordinary peaceful day. "Have I told you lately how impeccable I think you are?" It sounds sweet. It sounds calm. But in this town, calm moments never last long, because only seconds later, a dark mystery begins to unfold. A fire, a group of kids in the woods, and a question that could tear families apart. And when the truth finally comes out, Hope Valley may never be the same again. In When Calls the Heart. Section 1. The Calm. Before the trouble, Hope Valley has always been known as a peaceful place. It is the kind of town where everyone knows each other, neighbors greet each other every morning, families gather for small events, and most days feel calm and simple. People trust one another here. That is why when something unusual happens, the whole town feels it. On this particular day, everything seemed normal at first. The streets looked quiet. The mountains stood tall in the distance. Children were playing and laughing like they always do. No one in town had any idea that something serious was about to happen. In one quiet moment, a kind compliment is shared. Someone says softly, "Have I told you lately how impeccable I think you are?" It is the kind of line that shows warmth and care, the kind of words people in Hope Valley often say to the ones they trust. For a brief moment, life feels simple and safe. But in a small town, peace can change very quickly. Not long after that moment, troubling news begins to spread. A fire has broken out, and no one knows how it started. At first, people think it might have been an accident. Fires can happen for many reasons. Sometimes it is just bad luck, but as the minutes pass, the worry grows stronger. People begin asking questions. What caused the fire? Was it really just an accident? Or did something else happen? The town leaders quickly begin looking into the situation. Everyone wants answers, because Hope Valley is not the kind of place where fires suddenly appear without reason. As the investigation begins, one thing becomes very clear. No one saw exactly how the fire started. There are no clear signs, no simple explanation. That is what makes the situation feel so strange. People in town start talking quietly among themselves. Some are worried, others are confused. The fire may already be out, but the mystery has only just begun. Soon, another detail comes to light, and this detail makes this situation even more serious. Someone reports that there were kids in the woods around the same time the fire started. At first, this does not seem important. Kids often go hiking in the forest near Hope Valley. It is something many young people in town enjoy doing. They explore the trails, climb over rocks, and enjoy the fresh mountain air. But now the timing of that hike begins to raise questions. If those kids were in the woods when the fire started, could they have seen something? Or even worse, could they somehow be involved? The idea feels almost impossible to believe. Hope Valley is a place where families trust their children. The thought that local kids might be connected to something dangerous feels shocking. Still, investigators cannot ignore the possibility, because when there are no other leads, even small clues become important. Soon whispers begin to spread through town. Parents start asking quiet questions. Friends speak in low voices. No one wants to accuse anyone, but everyone wants to understand what really happened. Then one very difficult question is spoken. If it was our kids, what would you do? That single question changes everything, because suddenly the mystery is no longer just about a fire. Now it is about families. It is about trust. And it is about what people will do when someone they love might be involved in something terrible. In a town like Hope Valley, that kind of question can shake the entire community. And the truth may be far more complicated than anyone expects. This is only the beginning of a mystery that will test friendships, challenge families, and force the people of Hope Valley to face a very uncomfortable possibility. Because if the fire was not an accident, then someone in this peaceful town knows the truth. And sooner or later, that truth will come out. But the biggest question still remains. Who started the fire? And why? And as the investigation continues, a shocking detail about the group of hikers will soon push the story in a direction no one in Hope Valley is ready for. The moment the word "Feller investigation" spreads through Hope Valley, the peaceful feeling of the town begins to fade. People who were calm only hours earlier now feel uneasy. A fire in a small town is not just an accident people forget about. It becomes a question everyone wants answered. At first, the town leaders try to stay calm. They tell everyone that the situation is under control. They promise that they will find out what caused the fire. But even they know something is not right. Fires do not simply start without reason. There is always a cause. And right now, no one knows what that cause is. As the investigation begins, small pieces of information slowly start to appear. Witnesses are asked questions. People are encouraged to speak up if they saw anything unusual. Some residents say they noticed smoke rising from the woods earlier than expected. Others say they heard voices coming from the forest trails that afternoon. None of these details seem important on their own, but when investigators put them together, a pattern begins to form. There was a group of kids hiking in the woods that day.